What about Patrick?
You're sure?
Yeah.
Part of me would love to tell my brother, but the other part knows that he's way too competitive. So I would say something, and he'd be happy about it, and make all the right noises, and then he'd just run off and try and publish his own research first.
Any chance you're selling your brother a little short?
Well, maybe, but I'm not going to risk it.
What about your dad?
It's never been part of my life. Never wanted to be. But here's a coincidence. When I was doing my research, I actually found out that he was involved in a similar study in the 70s.
Oh, like father, like son.
Well, a little too much so. If I wanted to tell him about it now, it would just be like me throwing it in his face.
So I ended up here in the default position.
And I'm glad you did.
Thank you for letting me vent yesterday about subconsciously feeling like I wanted to get rid of Siobhan.
It's all right. Don't worry, we all have our dark thoughts. You know, it's human nature.
But you can't tell anyone, okay?
That goes both ways, okay? Hey, have you seen Lucky tonight?
I saw him in the hallway. He was fiddling with Siobhan's ring. I didn't want to intrude.
You know Siobhan's sister came to claim the body, right?
No.
And she was ripping into him.
Oh, really? God,
Yeah.
I'm sure he felt terrible. I mean, he's been hard on himself as it is.
No. Are you worried at all that he could be slipping back into the pills?
I'm not worried. That's a battle he's going to have to fight daily. But he's stronger than a lot of people give him credit for.
Well, that's good of you.
What do you mean?
You just have this faith in him that is unbelievable. We all need an Elizabeth in our lives.
Oh, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't finish your beautiful picnic.
No, it's okay. I'll finish this. Wait, you better go. You go on. You know, Czar's gonna come running after you.
Yeah, right.
I'll see you in a little bit.
You're running this place? When did that happen?
Today?
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I wanted to surprise you. Looks like I did.
Well, you said you wanted to work for your dad. Is this warehouse,
A front for the mob? No, it's not. Abby, this place is totally legit. And, Jason didn't want me working directly for my dad, so he asked me to run operations at the warehouse.
And you're sure you're okay with this?
So far, yeah, I kind of like it.
After a half day?
Well, long enough to know that I'm cool with it. Until I figure out what I really want to do.
Well, there's always college. I mean, you did get into PCU. Any chance you might decide to go?
Actually, I signed up for a few night courses in business and management.
Well, that's great, Michael.
Yeah, and plus I get to travel. I get to see the places where the beans are grown.
Yeah.
And you get to come with me. When you have time off work, of course.
You say that like you know I still have a job.
Well, no one tried to fire you yet, have they?
Did you talk to Edward?
Abby, I don't have to. But they're going to keep you because you deserve it. Okay? And because you are amazing and smart and beautiful.
I dreamed up this fantasy where you took over for Sonny and you and I were running the organization together.
That could only happen in a fantasy.
Oh, I know. I got to tell you, most of the fantasy was awful. It was. But the one good part is that after Michael was shot, I let him live with the Quartermain, so he was out of Sonny's world, never killed Claudia, never had to go to prison.
We can't go back.
No.
Really.
No, we can't. I mean, I'm always going to hate Fit and Bill. But I'm grateful for Michael's strength and for the way you helped him. So.
Yeah, I just gave him a job.
Michael has a job.
No, he quit that job. I just gave him another job.
No. No, Jason, why are you doing this? Michael wants to follow in Sonny's footsteps. How the hell could you do this?
He's going to be running the warehouse. Completely legitimate job with responsibility. So he can be helping Sonny while he figures out what else to do.
Thank you. God, thank you so much.
Well, you know, Michael deserves a little credit for taking the job.
No, only you could do this. Only you could find a way to keep Michael safe.
I thought I recognized your walk.
Hi.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, as long as you make it quick, because I left Jason with swatches and cake and fabric and stuff all over his bed.
That's quite a visual.
Yes, it is, actually.
All right, look, I know you were trying to distract Christina by talking about how overwhelmed you are about the wedding.
Of course, I think they got a pretty good laugh out of it.
They did. However, I don't think it was just a play. I think you really are overwhelmed. So I'm asking you, just between the two of us, are you sure you don't want to postpone the wedding?
We could get caught.
It's after hours. I'm the only one who stayed.
How responsible.
You would get a reward?
Me first.
Were you able to talk to Michael about Sonny?
I'm going to tell him that Sonny's probably headed for a breakdown. Michael doesn't want to hear that right now.
No. Michael doesn't understand that there's a difference between you and Sonny.
Maybe you see a difference that isn't there.
What are you talking about? Sonny is selfish. All he cares about is power. He makes messes so you can clean them up. Sonny uses people and you protect them.
You can't say any of that to Michael.
I know, but Michael's making the same mistakes that I did, the ones you're still making. Michael wants to save Sonny instead of letting him answer for what he did.
Michael feels loyalty to Sonny.
Tell me about it. Jason, I was so afraid that Michael was going to pick up a gun and use it just to prove himself to Sonny. And you know what? Sonny probably would have let him. Michael's the only person who hasn't turned his back on him after...
After what? Sonny tampered with Jax's plan and it crashed? Why haven't you said anything about Jax?
All right, listen to your mother. You're under a lot of pressure with everything that's going on. Are you sure you don't want to move the date just a little bit?
No way. We are all set for September 23rd.
And Jason's going to be fine?
Jason, yes, he's determined. He's actually been so sweet and romantic.
Okay, here's a big question.
What?
Are you comfortable with those two planning your wedding?
Mom, as long as there's no pink, Jason's going to love it.
I bet there's going to be pink out there.
No, there wasn't.
Hey, it's Lucky. Leave a message after the beep. Thanks.
Ethan?
Couldn't let you go without saying goodbye now, could I?